ABC Television Network presents...
Cuba is well named the Pearl of the Antilles. Columbus said never before have human eyes seen such a beautiful country. Cuba is a place of variety and contrast. Near ancient Trinidad, new tourist facilities are underway. This is a native-styled restaurant. Nearby are modern hotels. More of the elaborate welcome Cuba extends to all visitors, but in particular to Americans, who are recalled as liberators. Old Spanish remains, like the convent of San Francisco in Trinidad, recall the history of Cuba dating back to Columbus. Cortez used Trinidad as his base to conquer the Aztecs and capture Mexico. Centuries before our Declaration of Independence, the Conquistadors were assembling in Trinidad's peaceful cobbled streets. Today, the entire city is dedicated as a national monument, and the Cuban Tourist Commission is sponsoring the development of modern tourist facilities, particularly hotels and roads. These will create contrasts in a city that has changed little in 3 centuries. In the eyes of this young man of Trinidad, a curiosity. Near Trinidad, this brand new tuberculosis hospital overlooks the sea. It cost $8 million and proves that social welfare has become a dynamic force in Cuba. Cuban holidays move swiftly with modern transportation everywhere on the island. This cathedral at Cienfuegos serves the Cubans who cut sugarcane on the south coast. Here the past lives in a great tree planted where the city was founded 4 centuries ago. Cubans call Cienfuegos their Pearl of the South, and visitors are quick to share their enthusiasm. These are the cabanas of the club Pasacaballos. With this relaxing atmosphere as a base, the visitor may enjoy an incredible variety of diversions in the Bay Area, ranging from pigeon shooting to rowing contests. The less athletic will enjoy the pond-like calm of Agua Bay, which is typical of Cuba's southern coastline. Unsuspected so close to our own shores, here at Cienfuegos is charm and sophistication to rival any. Not far away is a rare treat of a different order, a spectacle in botany. This is where Harvard University maintains one of the world's most famous botanical centers, Atkins Garden, for the purpose of training its students in tropical work. Literally thousands of varieties flourish here, each expertly classified and identifiable. A wonderland of growing things. Atkins Gardens gives that vivid sense of being in the tropics. Nature bestowed herself generously inland, too. Note these odd geological formations in the Viñales Valley, 130 million years old. Incongruous wonders in the fertile ranch lands. But it remains for Havana, the capital city, the Paris of the Americas, to provide the visitor with a true profile of the Cuba of today. Since the Spanish-American War, Cuba has been developing as a proud sovereign neighbor of the United States. Havana is actively proud of its history. Floral tribute to Jose Marti. He instigated the revolt which won long-sought independence from Spain. Cathedral Square fairly radiates the Spanish colonial charm through Havana. Christopher Columbus was buried in this church for more than a century. Here, the mellowed heart of the old city. Long ago, whoever planned Havana allowed room for horses to pass, but failed to foresee the day of the sedan. Actually, driving is not difficult, but beware of the one-way signs. Morro Castle, fortress monument to the Spaniard spear of Sir Francis Drake. This monument is to the battleship Maine, blown up in Havana Harbor. The incident brought America into the war for Cuban independence. The truly splendid scale of Cuban hospitality is indicated by its hotels. The Nacional Hotel, for example, is the scene of much of the Republic's social and business life. The Nacional is one of the finest and largest tourist facilities in the Indies, with a fame that is worldwide. But not all is traditional in Havana. The Cuban architect, for example, has broken away from the past to make apartment living an entirely new way of life. Roadways are planned with the idea that motoring should be a form of recreation. While air-conditioned residential living in suburban Havana often attracts Americans to live here. As essential as the family car, boats to carry owners and guests to Cuba's many ports. 2 hours from Havana, along a slender peninsula, is Veradero Beach, with endless white sands. The water temperature here is constantly in the 70s. The rumba, international anthem of Cuba, is heard all day at Veradero. Planes fly directly from Miami to the airstrip here, so that a Cuban holiday may begin on the beaches. In Havana, carnival means excitement. On the weekends preceding Holy Week, the night reverberates to the brilliance and the crescendo of the comparsos. Once a year in the days of Spanish rule, the slaves were granted a day of freedom. This is how they celebrated then, and how they have continued to mark the holiday long after emancipation. The comparsos are from the neighborhoods of Havana, each group representing a tribe, the identity of which has survived time. The comparsos rehearse weeks in advance their own highly individualistic music and dances. Lanterns and costumes are elaborately styled. Then, on carnival nights, all compete for a championship in sheer riot and splendor. Cuba does not miss the opportunity to show off the most engaging of its charms. For the comparsos, everyone participates. For the carnival, no expense is prohibitive, no effort too much. It is a season for staging spectacles on floats and pushing them down the boulevard. In the square, along the promenades, the festival whirls on and on for the entertainment of all, with a growing, tireless madness far into the night. What is this subtle provocation of the carnival mood, this strange alchemy that is worked in the mind and manners of all? Sometime during the riotous night, silver crowns find their way to lovely heads. And the new royalty is greeted with salutes from the heart. With morning, the misty light of the new day finally subdues the revelers. But for the visitor, the Cuban holiday goes on to whatever places or diversions or moods his whim dictates.
When Tom and Alice watch TV, Tom's unhappy. He can't see. Whittles knobs, no satisfaction, drives poor Alice to distraction. He can't get the screen adjusted, thinks his TV set is busted, then gives up. His eyes are numb, thinks his head is on the bum. But although his head is reeling, faulty eyes give him this feeling. Alice then makes this decision, makes him check up on his vision. Men of science, judgment rare, found he needed visual care. Modern glasses stopped his mooning, sharpened up his eyes and tuning. Now Tom and Alice watch TV, each day in perfect harmony. TV viewers stop and think, if your set seems on the blink, many times the trouble lies in the channels of your eyes. You can't replace your eyes. A yearly examination is wise.
This has been an ABC Television Network film presentation.